Hi and welcome to the channel. I'm Lauro Müller and I make videos about programming. As I said a few videos ago, one of the big changes in the channel is that I would try to provide more online interactive exercises. So I thought it would make sense to do a little demo of the tool we are going to use. And that's the goal of today's video, so let's jump right into it and see how the tool looks like. Here is my Katacoda page, and this is where you will find all the scenarios and courses with practical exercises for the videos. Once you or when you access this page, it may be the case there will be more, but for the moment the other ones are still under development, so I marked them as private. Let's go through the Katacoda walkthrough scenario that I've developed to show you how to use the platform. So you can click on start scenario, and if it is a course, then you will have start course, and then within the course you have multiple scenarios. Once you click here, if you are not logged in, you will immediately be asked to log in, so you need to create an account to use the platform. There are no costs involved for you, so you can just go ahead and sign up with whatever third-party application you prefer, or with your email address and a password. Once you're done creating your account, you can click on Start Scenario and you will be brought to this page. As I said, a course is simply a collection of scenarios, and the scenario is a collection of steps, right? So you can see here, this is the first step of 2, and these 2 steps compose a whole scenario, and then a group of scenarios is going to compose a course. What you see on the right side here is the layout for this specific scenario. So this can change on a scenario basis. It can be 2 terminals, it can be just 1 terminal, or the code editor plus a terminal. That's up to me to decide, and I'll always try to choose the layout that makes more sense to the scenario at hand. The code editor is a flavor of VS Code, so you will find quite a bit of functionality here. You can even install plugins, you can install extensions, and you can do quite a few things here just from within the code editor. That's one of the things I find really cool, that you don't really work just with a text editor. This is more in the direction of a fully fledged IDE environment on your browser. And the same thing for the terminal. You can run whatever commands you want here that you would run in a bash or in a shell. This is going to return, this is going to run correctly. You have Node installed, so it's quite a complete environment. That's what I really like about it. With that said, let's jump to what we can actually do within the Katacoda environment. So the scenarios will normally have a left-hand side where there is a description of the content, and the right-hand side where you can play with code. So let me clear the terminal so that we execute the commands here. So the commands that we can execute, if you actually hover over certain commands, you can click on them and this is going to automatically execute the command in the terminal. You can also open a new terminal by running the command here by clicking on it. So this is up to me. I have to mark which commands are going to do what. I'm just showing you what you can do by hovering and clicking on the commands, right? So you can also copy some text by hovering and clicking on it, and then here I will paste the text that got copied. I can also create and open a new file just by clicking on the file name, and then you see that we have this new file.ts, right? So this was created here in the editor and also in the directory that I am right now, so new file.ts. And I can also make the code snippet so that once you click on copy to editor, it's going to copy to the file, to the destination file that I specify. So once I save this, because there are no TypeScript constructs here, I can run this with Node. So let's run node new file.ts, and then you see it's going to print this on the screen. Now that's pretty cool. There are a lot of other things. I just want you to have this basic understanding of how the scenarios are structured. So of course there is quite a bit behind the scenes, and as you can see there are a few chances for bugs, right? So maybe I type the execution code for each of these commands here wrongly, or maybe I make a mistake about the terminal. So just bear with me. If there are any bugs that you find while going through scenarios, just write in the comments of the respective video on YouTube, and I will make sure to have a look and fix them as soon as possible. Another pretty cool thing that you can do is if you click here on the plus sign, right, you can open a new terminal, or you can also connect to to certain ports of your virtual machine. So you can, for example, click view HTTP port 80, and you can actually connect to any port. So here there is nothing running, right? So here we don't have anything running in our terminal. But if we were to come here and start running, let's say, the React development server with a create React app application, then we would connect to port 3000. Actually, I think we can do it right now. So let's use npx create React app, and we are going to call it React test, right? And I think that this is enough. Let's use TypeScript just out of habit. TypeScript, and let the command do its thing. It's gonna take a while because, well, because it's a free virtual machine, it may take a little bit longer than it would if you run the commands in your computer. So just be a little bit patient, let it do its thing, and then once we have the project created, we will come back and we'll start our development server to check how we can connect from another browser's tab. There you go. As you can see, we have a new folder here. That's the React test folder, and it has the whole React project. Now, if we switch into React test and then we run yarn start, then this, npm start, this is going to start the development server, and then we can access it via the port 3000. Once it's running and you can see compiled successfully here, let's now come to the browser and we'll see display a different port. If we try to connect to port 3000 and we click on display port, we will see our React application. So as you can see, we can run both backend and front-end services from this whole terminal setup here. We can also run Docker images, we can run Kubernetes clusters, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty flexible, and that's why I really like it. That's why I'll try to use it as much as possible in the upcoming videos. Now that you know how you can take advantage of this online environment, stay tuned because very soon we will start doing some real work there. I'll see you in the next videos. Bye bye.